Topic explains the tools of fiscal policy and the practical challenges associated with implementing them. Fiscal policy operates through government spending, taxation, and borrowing decisions designed to influence aggregate demand and overall economic activity. Policymakers use these tools to stimulate economic growth during recessions or slow inflation during periods of excessive expansion. Expansionary fiscal policy increases aggregate demand through higher government spending or lower taxes, while contractionary fiscal policy reduces demand through spending cuts or tax increases. Understanding how fiscal policy tools operate is essential for analysts because government actions strongly influence interest rates, inflation, employment, consumer spending, and investment performance across financial markets. Government spending is one of the most direct fiscal policy tools. Increased expenditures on infrastructure, healthcare, education, defense, or public services inject money into the economy and create employment opportunities. These expenditures can produce multiplier effects, where initial spending generates additional rounds of income and consumption throughout the economy. During recessions, governments often increase spending to offset weak private sector demand and support economic recovery. Conversely, reducing government spending may slow economic growth and help contain inflationary pressures during overheated economic conditions. Investors closely monitor fiscal expenditure patterns because they influence corporate revenues, industrial activity, and economic growth prospects across sectors such as construction, manufacturing, and consumer services. Taxation is another key fiscal policy instrument used to influence household and business behavior. Lower taxes increase disposable income for consumers and improve after-tax profitability for businesses, encouraging spending, investment, and hiring. Expansionary tax cuts can therefore stimulate aggregate demand during periods of economic weakness. In contrast, higher taxes reduce disposable income and consumption, helping to slow inflationary growth when demand exceeds productive capacity. Governments may also use targeted tax incentives to encourage specific economic activities such as research and development, renewable energy investment, or capital formation. Fiscal analysts evaluate tax policy changes carefully because they affect consumer confidence, corporate earnings, investment returns, and long-term economic competitiveness. The topic also discusses automatic stabilizers and discretionary fiscal policy. Automatic stabilizers are fiscal mechanisms that naturally adjust government revenues and expenditures without requiring new legislation. Progressive income taxes and unemployment benefits are common examples. During recessions, tax revenues decline while welfare payments increase, automatically supporting aggregate demand. During expansions, higher incomes increase tax revenues and reduce transfer payments, moderating excessive growth. Discretionary fiscal policy, by contrast, involves deliberate government decisions to change spending or taxation levels in response to economic conditions. While discretionary measures can target specific economic problems, they often require political approval and may be subject to implementation delays, reducing their effectiveness during rapidly changing economic conditions. Implementation challenges are a major focus of the topic because fiscal policy often suffers from recognition, action, and impact lags. Recognition lag occurs when policymakers fail to identify economic problems quickly enough. Action lag refers to delays in designing, approving, and implementing fiscal measures because of political negotiations and legislative processes. Impact lag describes the time required for fiscal changes to affect economic activity after implementation. These delays may reduce policy effectiveness or even destabilize the economy if measures take effect after economic conditions have already changed. Additionally, political considerations may influence fiscal decisions, leading governments to prioritize short-term popularity over long-term economic sustainability and fiscal discipline. Overall, topic emphasizes that fiscal policy is a powerful but complex tool for managing economic activity. Government spending, taxation, and transfer programs can significantly influence aggregate demand, employment, inflation, and long-term growth. Automatic stabilizers provide continuous support across business cycles, while discretionary policies allow governments to respond to specific economic challenges. However, implementation delays, political constraints, and rising public debt can limit fiscal effectiveness. For CFA candidates, understanding fiscal policy tools and implementation challenges is essential because government actions directly affect interest rates, bond markets, corporate profitability, and investor expectations. Strong fiscal analysis therefore supports more accurate economic forecasting, asset valuation, and portfolio management decisions.